So in today's episode, we're going to get into wiring everything up. You guys didn't see how the last episode ended due to me not paying attention, but the studio is done and we have actually recorded a couple sessions already. So here is a clip of it now.
Dylan, you're sitting down there in the pits and you're watching, and there goes a car off the end. It's like, well, at least it was a car. It's not dad. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Mom's stressed out, just freaking out.
So that's kind of what the studio looks like. So today we are actually rewiring the whole thing. Setting everything up from square one. As you can see, the pile of stuff beside me. So we're going to hop right into it. As we're setting everything up, we'll talk about what it is, why I chose to go that route. And we're going to go over and we're going to start with the laptop and the whole control system. And we're going to work our way back over to here. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So here we start off with the laptop. I don't remember exactly what model it is. I'll put it on the screen here. But with that, we will go on to our audio mixer. This is just a cheapo from Amazon. It didn't come all messy like this. Like I said, we've already used it. So let's get this set up. One of the main reasons we are rewiring is because I didn't like the way I had everything powered. So two things we have to keep in mind while we are doing this is we need the USB-C port to go to the camera for OBS. We need this USB port for the SSD. This port is for the mixer. And we got HDMI out, which also gets used. And over on this side, we do have one more port. So what I want to do, I think this will work. We'll just set the mixer up right next here. Plug her in. Run her around to the other side. We're going to just plug her into the first slot here. We're going to end up running all these cords, grouping them together. Okay, so we got that. I want to give you guys a better view. There, this is slightly a better angle. So what I do want to do is I would like the power runs off the back here. I did have it plugged into a block. What I would like to do is actually utilize this USB slot. Let's just tuck that back here. Now, let's grab the next couple things. Here, we have a HDMI video switch. This will be used to switch between the main TV on the wall. You can see the cord right there. And the second monitor, that'll be right here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get this plugged in. Bring this down. Get that plugged in. Run this across the back. And we know the TV is going to be plugged in over here. So let's plug that in. I need to get some double-sided tape. Forget where I have some right now. I think it's in the house, and I just gotta tape that to the wall right here. Let's actually find that right now. Pop her onto the back. It might be a little too cold in here to be doing this. Double-sided tape. So let's just pop that right there. That'll be fine right there. So now with that done, I gotta get a microphone over here for the producer. This is one I previously had in my office for calls, and this will do just fine. So we'll pop this guy on right here. It's gonna get tilted forward. That's gonna swing like so. Now the producer has one. Let's get the other screen over here. This is just a monitor I had laying around. Not really making use of it. So figured I'd make some use of it out here. For now, I'm just throwing the leads just out of the way. Now what the producer also needs is a little bit of light. Just have this little light I set up in the corner for them. It gives them just enough light. We set it to 1 on the sensitivity, and it does great. I can't keep doing this right now. I got too bad of a headache. This is rough. So that ended up taking a few days to recover. It wasn't great. I'm feeling good today though. And we got to rush to finish this because I got a podcast here in about 2 hours. So let's just jump straight back into this. We are going to start setting up the other side of the podcast room now where the microphones are. So let's hop dead straight into that and let's just keep on plugging away. All right, so we're just going to hop dead straight into it. We're going to use those cables in a second. So we're going to start with our first microphone. They're just clamped to the desk. Get the excess off. Let's clamp that in. Just crank her on. Simple as that. Let's get the other one on. Now they didn't come preset up like this. They came in a box. We'll drop our moon in there. And I got a tree for each side. Next, we got a headphone amplifier. Just another cheap one off Amazon. Plugs into the wall. Amplifies. We got an input and our outputs, so I like to keep those mid. And we'll plug it in. We don't have an input cable ran over here yet. I do already have the power back here, so we will plug that in. Power's in. I got my headphones. Let's grab the next ones. Run it behind, and I plug this guy into channel 4 just because it's easiest for the guest to reach. And now, let's start running our cables to the other side. So I'm going to start with just a 3.5 millimeter audio cable. This one's 25 feet long, and I have the audio adapter to go to the bigger size port. I forget what it is, 6.7 millimeter, I think. So let's get this. Let's start unwinding this. Let's run it to the other side. So I think I'm going to have to adjust this a couple times while we do this. So I'm going to get all these cables started. So I'll grab about 6-7 feet of this. Put the spool over there. Run this behind the chair over to the input. Get that input plugged in. Let that cable drop back behind. I'm going to actually pull that a little bit. So now that cable is down. Let's grab our next audio cable. So I have these color coded for ease of setting everything up when we do on location podcasts, which we have not done yet. And the yellow is my mic, so let's grab some cable. Let's run this back. Whew. Hope I grabbed the right side. I did. Boom, she's clipped in, plugged in. And I leave a little bit of extra slack back there. So I grabbed a little much here. Let's pull that in a little, just for organization. Let's grab our next one. Mustard and ketchup. Each one of these cables is 50 feet long. I got these on Marketplace for, I think these were actually $15. Grab our 3 cables, tuck them back, let them ride out the bottom. So now all our leads are coming out right behind my butt here. We're gonna get them through this mess here. I'm gonna continue to run them one at a time. I do know I'm gonna need a couple inches of this one. That should be fine. Off the other end, let's just take what we think we're gonna need. Doesn't need to be ran perfect because I want it to be somewhat easy to take down. So let's just run this behind the light. We'll keep her somewhat tucked down. Unfortunately, light cables are kind of a lot harder to deal with. So I have this mouse bag from the mouse I have, and I just keep a little extra, the extra cable in right in there. Tighten that down. I'll pull that behind this wiring. I'll just set that bag back there. Throw the other cable forward. We'll get to that in a little. Let's tuck this in a little nicer now. And while we're tucking, let's start sliding in these red and yellow cables a little bit of the way. So yellow's on top. We'll deal with him first. So what we're actually going to do from this point is we're actually going to pull some of this out of the other end. That looks about enough. Then I'm going to wind this part back up. And I'm literally just going to set him there. Pull this other cable back behind. Bam. Now I know that's not too aesthetically pleasing, but what I'm going to do is actually set up one more of these tiles right here to kind of block off a little more. So now let's run the red. Now we're not done over here yet because we want all our power to be situated here. We're going to plug this one in here. I'm going to run this bar back here. That's going to be for things like our main lighting, producer lighting. So let's get you guys zoomed in over here. So now we handle our audio over here. So we go headphones with a splitter. One side of the splitter goes to the headphone amp. Plug that in. We'll handle that extra wire in a little. This side of the splitter is for the producer. Channel 1. Channel 2. And he is audio 3. Let's deal with our last couple issues. One, laptop power. That's easy. Simply just plug her on in. We're just gonna run her out back. Laptop doesn't live out here, so we're not worrying about putting it away, making the wires super nice. So now he's got power. The next couple things we need to do is we need to get power here. Here's where the tripod sits. This is producer chair. Okay, so here's where the producer sits. Camera sits right here. So we need to get power under this tile to get power up to the camera. So we need about this height to get up, but we're not gonna worry about fishing this all the way over. We're gonna grab another extension cord. I thought it was farther away. So we're just gonna take this. I got a plug right here. We're gonna plug this in. Now none of these carpet tiles were glued down, so I'm gonna put it under these edge ones. Then under this one, I'm gonna have him poke out here, but I wanna haul the extra cable through. So we're gonna leave this guy right here. I got a charging block right here. I think I'm gonna use the other one actually. Has a higher power output. We'll put this guy in right here. Now we got constant power to the camera. Next, we need our video feed from the camera to the computer. So we'll go about this high, pop this under, same deal. Under that, here's where it changes. We go up, behind, and in. We're not going to use that other monitor, so I don't need to wire that up. So now, let's show you guys the podcast studio. So here's the podcast room. Set up how it would be if I was filming. There's my seat. Here's the guest seat. So what you guys didn't see is us hanging up this warm light here. That little ambient background light. You can see it lights up this area above the sign. These green fake plants. And you also didn't see a setup down here. So we got some mood lighting in here. Can't see it. Little bonsai tree. We got this beautiful mirror. It's a little dirty right now, the studio. You know, because that's where we are. Hey guys. We got some ambient lighting here. Mini fridge. Heaters. I'm using those right now, not this. And here's the tripod. So there you have it. The podcast room is done. Next episode, we'll go over the recording, the setup on OBS, the editing, and all the technical. It'll be a behind the scenes of an actual podcast. I don't know who with yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get here. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you thought it was ass, leave a comment, let me know why. I would like to improve these videos. I don't script them, and I try not to rush through them. You can probably tell, but I end up rushing through them a little bit. Let me know how you would like to see them improved, and we will implement that. Until next time, adios. Stay creative. I guess that's all. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Yeah, fuck it.